Extra time.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Extra Time.
Hello and welcome to this immediate post-auction conversation with Gautam Gambhir, a team that everyone is saying is looking extremely good. So Gautam, I know how much effort has gone into it by all of you, the entire management. So give me a sense, how happy are you now that the dust is settling? How pleased are you with the way Lucknow Super Giants are shaping up?
Look, I can't say that I'm never happy, to be honest, and no one can ever be happy, but yes, very content and very satisfied. Satisfied is the right word. You can't say that you're completely happy, because even if you can end up getting 80 or 90% of the players what you wanted, I think you should be a very, very satisfied and a content man. So very happy with the balance of the squad, and you can only do as much as you can on the auction table. Now it's up to the players to deliver on the field, because see, we look a very good side, we look a very balanced side, we have everything, most of the bases covered. But then again, if you see most of the playing 11s of all the other 9 teams, I think they'll be equally balanced as well, or probably someone somewhere here and there. So we will literally have to play very good cricket to probably deliver now.
When you approach an auction, I mean, there are certain, on day one, for example, all of us who were watching, there was a clear focus on getting all-rounders, Indian and foreign. Was that something that you had in mind? Or, I mean, now you can share the auction vision. How did you approach the auction, if I can pick your brains on that?
Look, different numbers. I think not only purely from the all-rounders point of view, it was never that kind of a strategy that we wanted more all-rounders as compared to something else. It was just that we had different players for different spots. And if you have more all-rounders, obviously it increases the depth of the playing 11. It increases probably the options for the captain as well. Because there are times that captain needs more option. It's always better to have more options in your bowling department as compared to less bowling options. But if you see, we've actually gone with an explosive batter at the top alongside KL Rahul, who can keep wickets. So it frees KL Rahul from his wicket-keeping duties. And you will see probably the best of KL Rahul as a leader in decision-making. Imagine someone who's batted for 20 overs and keep wickets. And if you need, last over 10 runs or 12 runs, and he's thinking about his wicket-keeping, he's thinking about different field placements. So you want to free your captain up. So now with Quinton at the top, a world-class batter, so we always wanted someone at the top with KL Rahul. And then we had a batting all-rounder in Stoinis. So we wanted a bowling all-rounder. So we've got now Jason Holder, who's the bowling all-rounder. So we wanted experience in our batting department, especially the Indian batters. Manish Pandey is an experienced player. Deepak Hooda is an experienced player. He's just started playing international cricket, so which is always good for us. And then we've got a left-arm spinner who's an all-rounder, quality all-rounder. He can bowl in the first 6 overs as well. Then we've got K. Gautam, which again I feel was a steal, especially at that number 8 position. That number 8 position, he can bowl with the new ball. Imagine the ball is gripping. He can bowl against the left-handers. He can give us 2 or 3 overs. And then you've got sheer pace. Pace is pace. Either you can bowl quick or you can't bowl quick. Parkwood probably is the quickest in this competition, or the quickest going around in world cricket at the moment. And you've got Avesh Khan. So 2 guys who can bowl 145 in tandem with each other will always have a huge impact. You can use them differently. And then you've got a quality wicket-taking option in a leg spinner. So actually, it was never about all-rounders. It was all about probably looking at players at a certain spot and thinking who can deliver for us.
Okay. Very interesting buys in every sense. I mean, obviously, all the bases covered. Even when that final spinner was being taken in Krishnappa Gautam, I could see a left-arm spinner, Krunal. You had a Shahbaz Nadeem as backup. You had a leg spinner in Bishnoi. You now have an off-spinner in Krishnappa Gautam. So conventionally, all the boxes that one can possibly tick off as mentor have been ticked. One thing I wanted to ask, I mean, even in terms of finishers, you have a Stoinis and a Jason Holder. How was it for Avesh Khan? Because you had not gone for Chahar, you had not gone for Prasidh, you had not gone for Shardul Thakur. So was it the kind of pressure when the Avesh Khan bid was going up to 10 lakhs? Because he was the last premier Indian quick, so to say, in that mix, and you needed one fast bowler.
No, we did go for Prasidh Krishna till 9.5 till. So Prasidh was always in a scheme of things. So we went really hard for Prasidh, but then at that stage we couldn't have gone any further. So when we couldn't get Prasidh, So Avesh, as you just mentioned, was probably the last in that rank as well who can bowl quick. So we had to go literally more harder for Avesh Khan. And it is not, I know some people might just end up saying that we've overpaid certain players, but in Avesh's sense, if you see, he's someone who's young. He's someone who can bowl quick. He's someone where you can actually build your Indian bowling and your bowling department for future as well. So when people talk about only present, we've thought about the present and we've thought about the future as well. How many people can bowl who's that young and can bowl 145 and can bowl at different stages of the game? And imagine if Jason Holder and Mark Wood can bowl alongside Avesh Khan, and then you've got Stoinis. So it just gives us a very good balance. Had I been the captain and these 4 guys would have been there in my playing 11, it would have made me really, very happy and satisfied as well, because Avesh is someone we thought that we could build this franchise alongside Ravi Bishnoi for next couple of years.
Last one, Gautam. How was Sanjeev going? Was he nervous? Was he biting nails? Because you seem cool. I mean, yes, there were multiple discussions. And when the camera was on the two of you, you all were looking relaxed. But what about the backstage? How many nails are left? What was the pressure like? Did you feel the pressure in the auction table? Give me something on Mr. Goenka to go after him.
I can talk from my point of view that I was very nervous. I was probably more nervous than I normally was when I was playing, because this was actually the first time I was building the franchise from the scratch, or we were building, for that matter. Is not the right word. We were building the franchise from the scratch. I've been part of all the auctions, and obviously we spoke about that. I had the experience of being in the auction, but never was a case where we had to build it from scratch. We always had the core there, and this was a new franchise. So obviously, I was far more nervous than probably Mr. Goenka was, because obviously he did trusted a lot in me as well. So I had to live up to that trust. And I'm sure whenever you would ask him, he would be a satisfied man. I'm not going to say that he's going to be a very happy man, because sometimes till the time you don't perform on the field, you're never happy. And as when we started this conversation, you can only do certain things on the auction table. But yes, obviously I was not very nervous, but I was a little nervous, which is always good to be, because then you're actually thinking very proactively, and it's very important to be proactive on the auction table. You can't just be laid back. You can't just let go of players and thinking we'll get them later on. So being nervous is good till the time you're proactive.
Okay, you've given me a headline. Gautam Gambhir far more nervous in an IPL auction table than he was playing. Come on, let's make that into a headline and it'll trend. Gautam, thank you very much. Thank you very much for this part of the interview. I've got to get you back at some point for a longer IPL chat. Clearly looking at the season, how does Gautam Gambhir approach picking your brains? That's backstage with Boria. That will come up for all our viewers, because Gautam Gambhir, one of the best to understand how you approach a season like that. For the moment, thank you very much, Gautam. Thanks a lot.
That's just me.
This is Xtra Time. Xtra.